Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to Gamston, or should I say Retford Gamston Airport. A huge thank you to Burning Blue Design for giving me the privilege and the opportunity to show you this preview of their upcoming Gamston Airport scenery. Burning Blue Design need no introduction if you know this channel, that's for sure. They are masters at creating and bringing to life these wonderful aerodromes, airfields, call them what you may, airports even, but they are packed with history, with character and with life. And that's exactly what Burning Blue Design do. They bring all that together, so that I'd like to think if you know this place, if you work here, if you've flown here, you'd feel pretty at home here. I've never been here, but I feel that if I came here now, having seen it in the sim, I'd know my way around, because they're really good at capturing that essence of it. Now, Gamston here, like so many of the old airfields in the UK and so many of the Burning Blue Design airfields, started life in World War II. It was commissioned in 1942 as a training airfield. Wellingtons, Mars Martinets, Hurricanes, there was all sorts of things going on, but of course after the war it was no longer needed. And what is happening here is quite special in that Thatcham Research, who are the well-known motor industry safety research people, they are, I believe they are mainly funded, if not completely funded, by insurance companies. And the idea is that they look into safety in motor industry, in cars, with a view to improving safety in the future. And one of the great things is, because they've invested in Gamston, they've also allowed aviation to coexist with what they're doing. So, and you'll see this as you look around, you'll see kind of roadways, and next to the runway, they shrunk the runway from the old military runway and built lanes alongside it. So you've got these long straight lanes down the side of the runway. So it's this kind of strange combination of airfield and vehicle test track, if you like. But it's a interesting place to fly out of. The location is pretty much in an area of old historical airfields. There's lots of places nearby, and it's never difficult to find a really nice Burning Blue Design airfield to fly to. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be flying from here over to Wickenby, which is another Burning Blue Design gem. But you can see the detail that's gone into this. They always use PBR textures. They put the detail of the life, the people that are here will come and go as the time changes. You can see that at certain times the hangar doors will close and then they'll open again in the morning. These are little details that again help bring everything to life. You'll probably see local aircraft here. If you know the area, if you fly here, you'll recognise some of the aircraft. And of course, we've got the night lighting as well, if you want to do a bit of that. And the night lighting here is really atmospheric, actually. I quite like it. It's got a nice kind of warm feel to it. And again, you kind of get that feeling of realism that I really like. It just looks real. I don't know what else to say to you. It looks fantastic. But it's a very atmospheric airfield, and what a great aircraft to take from here. We're going to be taking the A2A Comanche. I love this aeroplane. It's a fantastic little single engine piston. Again, it's got the life, the atmosphere. It's what flight simming is all about. And coupling this with a really nice Burning Blue Design airfield, it just brings the sim to life. So anyway, enough of my waffle. I think it's time that we took to the air. Right, okay, well, let's get going. It is a huge pleasure to be back in the Comanche, and even more so flying out of somewhere like Gamston here. These little airfields are such a joy to operate out of. You can see there, really good example of how this airfield shares its aviation life now with road testing. I just need to increase the, there we go, increase the mixture just a tad. So much character. I would love to know, I always say it, but I would love to know if you know of this airfield, if you fly here, if you work here, if you're to do with the if you're to do with Thatcham, let me know what you think. Let me know just how realistic this is compared to the real place that you know, and I can almost guarantee that you will feel very much at home here. People always do say that. Something I always say on Burning Blue design videos, because I'm genuinely interested. This isn't a place I've been to, so it's always really interesting to see what people say. Okay, the wind is actually pretty much 10 knots on the nose. You can see the windsock over there. We do have a bit of a crosswind, so this is quite a good place to do a quick run up, which I will do. So let's put mixture fully rich, open the throttle, let's just get rid of you for a second. I'm going to do quick. All good. Yep, let's cycle the prop. More, and now I will set the prop to 1800. And let's see if it just get the right spot. Yep, that's stable, that's good. So that's holding position, and we are all good there. Oh, the other thing I should really have done is check the carb heat. Yeah, that's working okay. Right, okay, so quick look down here. Let's have the landing lights on now. Let's have the strobes on. We'll have the fuel pump on for takeoff as well. Mixture's fully rich, so that's all good to go. Happy, happy, happy. I'm jumping around a little bit here, not using the checklist, but doing it from memory, which isn't always a good idea. Okay, let's remember we have that crosswind. Love how they've got the character of the bumpy runway here. Wow, she's leaping into the air. Gear up, naughty aeroplane, and I bet I know why. That's why. This is what happens when you jump in to make a video and you don't do a full check. I had a little bit of nose up trim, so she was a little bit eager to jump in the air. Just coming back on the throttle a little bit. We could have fuel pump off now. Let's take a look at Gamston. Or should we say Retford Gamston Airport? I love these old kind of World War II airfields. They leave, the history kind of leaves an imprint. See the old taxiways. Quite amazing places, and of course this neck of the woods and East Anglia was peppered with airfields during World War II. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go over to Wickenby. Sometimes after messing about in helicopters and warbirds, it's just nice to chill out and take a nice relaxing flight in something like the Comanche. Burning Blue Design have done a really good job of filling the English countryside with some fantastic little airfields that you can, it's very easy to, if you're looking for a quick VFR flight or a quick relaxed flight, it's very easy to find two that are pretty close together. Close enough to do a short flight if you want to, or if not, you can do a good old tour. And if you want to go even further, of course we've got Welshpool in Wales, and we've got Papa Westray, the two Westrays up in the Highlands and Islands. Just lovely scenery to explore. I do love this livery. It's the only livery I really fly now in the Comanche, and it, even though it isn't, it feels very personal. That's what happens, you kind of get attached to your aircraft when they're kind of living, breathing like this one. And yeah, it's just it just really is such a joy to fly. Let's have the landing lights off. Such a joy to fly when you're out and about looking at some scenery. There's RAF Scampton, or the old RAF Scampton down there. That's just a Sobo scenery, so I'm not expecting to see anything amazing. It's quite incredible. I've spent so much time flying around mountains recently that it's quite incredible how this area of the country is so flat. You tend to forget until you're flying here, and then you realise it's almost like the States, some areas of the States where you've just got this big sky above you and utterly flat ground. Really is such a cool thing that in the flight simulator we can do so many different things. When you consider that some people might look at scenery like this and think, well, and I'm talking about the little airports, that yeah, I'm not interested that individual signs are modelled and you can walk up to a sign and read it. And for some people, maybe it's not your thing. If you're flying tube liners and that's all you do, you fly between the big airports, maybe it's not so important. I suspect, however, dear viewer, if you're still watching this, you are the kind that really do appreciate the detail and the atmosphere and the life that Burning Blue Design give these kind of places. And like I said, if you actually fly from these places for real, you may have done your flying training here, you may be a member of a club, to be able to actually fly a realistic version of your special place is absolutely fantastic. And there we have Wickenby on the nose, just down there. You can just imagine the Wellingtons coming in and out of here. And what's really interesting about this scenery is how Burning Blue have brought to life the real kind of nature of the older parts of the airfield that aren't used anymore, the disused parts of the runway. I just noticed my RPM was rather high. Look at that. Poor little Comanche. So let's have a look. Wind is from 1.9. So I'm thinking that 2.1 is probably a good bet. First we'll do a little orbit of Wickenby so you can get an idea of what that's about. Again, it's another fantastic historical airfield that they've just brought to life in such a wonderful way. I love seeing the GA and the vintage aircraft down there. Really is what it's all about. Okay, so I said 2.1. 2.1 it is. Love that house down there. Can you imagine living there? Seeing all these fantastic aircraft all the time. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, let's get the fuel pump on. Check a couple of other things. That's all good. That's absolutely fine. Let's get the landing lights on. Doing a very loose circuit. Damn right you are. The armchair flying instructors all cry out. You wouldn't do that in real life, Miledo. Anyway, while we're just moving this around, I hope all is good with you. We have a Discord. Link is down below in the description. Really great community of warbird lovers, GA lovers, helicopter lovers. And Discord is only as good as the community, and very lucky to have a really good community. So if you're on Discord, you fancy joining, come along and say hello. Okay, let's come back on the power a little bit, prop fully forward. Remember, we're not in the Spitfire. We're not going to be doing any of those curved approaches. Okay, let's dangle the Dunlops. Flights like this are good practice for me as well, because I so rarely fly this kind of GA in this way that it's good practice. And the irony is, this is the kind of real world flying that I've got the experience of. I actually, believe it or not, flew first solo some years ago. Although I'm very good at forgetting things these days. But I love... Approach is always one of my kind of favourite parts of flying. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm brilliant at it. And I'm very much a jack of all trades and a master of none these days, as I often say. But I love flying in approach. It's like meditation.
500.
It's catching that. We've got a 18 knot crosswind now. This is interesting. This is going to be very interesting. So I'm not going to go full flap. Give it one more. Check speed. Go, and let's kill the flap straight away, get rid of that lift we don't need, and we are down. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to get over there. This is, it really is beautiful. Let's kill the strobe and the landing lights. It really is a beautiful, beautiful little place. Fuel pump off now, and let's kill that. And then somewhere, oh, I think I've overshot it. There's a grass taxiway over here. Well, you'd think you just cut your throttle a little bit too much, cut the mixture a little bit too much. This is embarrassing. They'll all be saying now, oh, look at that idiot. There we go. They'll be saying, look at that idiot, pulls off the runway, cuts his engine. But look at the detail. Fantastic. Wasn't me that cut the engine. Yeah, that was another Comanche. Last time I flew here on a video, I think I was in the H145 helicopter, and I think I upset a few people by flying right over the top of some of these GA aircraft, which isn't very healthy for GA aircraft. When some Herbert comes in a helicopter and just flies over them. There we go. Parking brake on. Sedatives for anybody who feels the need one after that. And yeah, that was great fun. As always, just a ton of atmosphere flying around these places. Ton of atmosphere, and it just gives you that, I don't know, what would you how would you, what would you say it? It's aviation at a pure level. Flying a little aircraft, little piston aircraft around places like this. The scenery, the feel of it, seeing the history with the aircraft, seeing the history etched into the ground. It is quite special. Really is. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining the flight and watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I've got all the links down below to the Burning Blue design scenery, and I look forward to seeing you again on the channel very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.